man, for you, for creating content, for doing this thing, how surreal was it for you to be able to sit down with Lamar Jackson, do that interview, and have everything really come full circle and come together like that? Because that popped off. It was really cool to see you getting to meet him. And it's, I mean, for you to be able to do that, this fan base was loving it. And I'm sure you were as well.
Yeah, it was definitely special, and big shout out to Nitro because he was one that set that up. But it was cool. It was cool with Lamar Jackson, and I'm sure you know from being at the presses and stuff. But with Lamar Jackson, the same Lamar Jackson that you hear and see on TV, like, oh, is he really that humble? Is he really that nice? Is he really that respect? All of that and more. And he had literally just came from signing that $300 million contract. He had just agreed to terms with the Baltimore Ravens, and he was scheduled to fly back up to Baltimore a couple days later. But you could never tell. You would never be able to tell. Like, this dude had all that money just sitting there. You would never be able to tell. Like, this is Lamar Jackson, a superstar. Cause he never acts like it. He never acts like it. He's not arrogant. He's not cocky. He's not a showboat type of guy. None of that stuff. He's extremely humble. So being able to just speak to him about just a little bit of everything, it was a really, really cool moment. And it was nice to just to have that one-on-one, or I get 2-on-1 because it was me and Nitro talking to Lamar Jackson. So it was just really nice to have that personal conversation. And he was actually one that encourage it because we were at the restaurant already and he had hit Nitro up, and Nitro was like, oh, we're at the restaurant right now, and Lamar was like, oh yeah, I didn't even realize y'all were there. He said, let me come by now. And when he got there, he was actually the one that said, oh, where the cameras are? I thought y'all was gonna do a video. And I'm like, whoa, he wanted to do it. So yeah, Lamar, super cool, super down to earth. Again, everything that you see on TV, how he same exact way. And I've had the privilege of meeting him a couple of times, especially at his Lamar Jackson Fun Days that he has down here in Florida. And he, again, always the same way. And I know John Harbaugh, and sorry, y'all know I'm long-winded. I could talk forever about whatever. But with John Harbaugh, he spoke about Lamar Jackson having a photographic memory. And he speaks about that with Lamar Jackson in football, but I got to experience that with Lamar Jackson outside of football, because what I did when we were there speaking to Lamar Jackson, after we were done with the interview and stuff, I had FaceTime my wife and my son. And my son, like, he knows that, oh, Daddy loves the Baltimore Ravens. He talks about the Baltimore Ravens for work. But the only two players that he knows on the Ravens, he knows Lamar Jackson, and then he's a big Mario fan, so he knows who Tyus Bowser is because his last name Bowser, obviously. But so I FaceTime Lamar. I FaceTime my wife with Lamar and FaceTime my son Carter. So he's looking, he's like, whoa, oh, that's Lamar Jackson. He's like, hey, Lamar. And Lamar was like, oh, I remember you. I remember we took the picture together when you came to the Fun Day. And I'm like, man, how does this dude who literally he has encounters with thousands of people all the time. He's talking to plenty of reporters, obviously talking to players, talking to people who work at Ravens facility, talking to other players on other teams. He got so much on his plate, so much that he got to deal with on a day-to-day basis. I'm like, how does this dude remember my son? That was insane to me. So that really made me appreciate Lamar that much more, because he showed that personal interest in my son. And I'm sure he's done that with other people as well, but that just made it that much more special to me.
And the guy will still get hate, which just baffles me.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's crazy. That's a great story.
Well, and that's the part too that we talked about the last weeks, and even throughout the whole part of it, is why wouldn't you want to root for Lamar Jackson just on the story based alone of what he's done? First off, he's authentic with everything he does. He is true to himself. He's a great guy, cares about his community, cares about others. Oh, and then by the way, he's gone on to be one of the best. We think he's the best player in the NFL right now. But he was also told he couldn't play quarterback in the NFL. You can't do this. You can't do that. Isn't that a story, a guy you want to root for constantly? You're told you can't do this. And he said, you know what? I'm going to bet on myself because I know I can. And I'm going to go out there and prove to you why I can make a difference. So it's just been tremendous. Ravens fans, we're thankful that he is a Baltimore Raven. I know for Engraven, you're thankful you had those moments with him.